And here we are.
Yes.
Yes. The Aha Show.
Aha.
A-H-A-H.
A-H-A-H.
Get a chant going on.
A-H-A-H-A-H-A-H.
And that stands for a human amongst humans.
Whoa.
A human, A-H, amongst humans.
A human among, I usually say it.
Among.
But amongst sounds nice.
That's a little Shakespearean there.
Yes.
If I don't mind stealing
Yes,
that.
we have. This is a deep cultural show.
Yeah.
So if you watch this, we want you two to feel that you're part of this human tribe. It's one tribe. Different spiritual traditions, different nationalities, but we're all together.
Mm-hmm.
As Tom Lehrer used to sing, we'll all go together when we go. It doesn't look too good.
You think we're all going to die?
The religious traditions speak of that. End days or that.
It's funny. I was just reading the Genesis Exodus book he gave me.
Yeah.
And I just started at the beginning. So I just read the Bible for the first time in my life from the beginning.
Whoa!
It was fascinating. But yeah, there was this point where God got so pissed off at humanity that he just had to wipe the slate clean. And that was the Noah story.
Yes. Oh, you're advancing.
I just got to, that's where
wow.
I stopped. Yeah.
So it might be time to build an ark.
Grab everybody you like.
Yes.
Build your ark.
Couples too.
And wait for
male and female.
Yeah. Or whatever you like. This is a new age.
Yes, it might be.
So if you have different orientations or different preferences, that's okay, man. That's okay.
Yes, it could be two women as a couple.
It can be.
So what was your feelings and thoughts about Noah's Ark? Because that was pretty mean to kill everybody.
I know. Well, I mean, I'd have to go back to sort of the Eve story with the Eden story with Adam and Eve.
Yep.
So he created this sort of perfect human. Well, of course, it started with man because God is a man, and I have issues with that.
Although there's another translation.
Really?
That Adam literally means earth.
Oh, wow.
So it was an earthling and then divided into male and female.
Oh, wow. And that's why humans is sort of, God named them humans after they experienced the concept of evil, after eating from the tree.
I don't remember that, but human...
I think, I hope I didn't read it wrong.
You could.
It's just,
It's good enough for me. It's very nice. Because human is related maybe to humus, which is earth too.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so he creates this earthling.
Yes.
And this paradise, this garden of paradise.
Yum.
Yeah.
Sounds like the way you live.
Yeah. Well, comparatively, yeah. It's getting better too.
Yeah. In what way?
I'm trying to be. I recently wrote a note. I have a wall full of notes, just different notes I want to remember.
Yep.
And pages of notes. And I just wrote one recently, just saying that I was having a lot of stress getting outside of my apartment. I'd pack all my stuff. I check everything. Everything's off. Everything's good to go. And I'd stand there at my doorway and I'd be stuck.
Ouch.
And I didn't know why it was. So it was. When it started, it took me about 30 minutes.
You told me, yes. Now it's only about 10 now.
Now it's only about 10. Today was 15. I gave myself an extra 5.
Good. I have a watch. You might want to call me and I can time you.
Yeah, that might actually help.
Yeah.
But I have been consistently getting out about 10 for when I'm not going too far.
And what is going on in your body and mind during those 10 minutes?
Oh man, it's in my mind. I'm getting dizzy.
Wow.
I'm almost hallucinating. I'm sweating in my body. I'm sweating.
Wow.
Sometimes I start sort of feeling dizzy, like I'm gonna fall over. I get the jelly knee. I get the shakes.
Yep. I have all those things myself.
Yeah. Appropriate.
Yep, we're brothers. I have trouble walking. I get dizzy, shaky when I walk. And it leaves. What are you thinking when this is going on?
I'm thinking, okay, how can I be as rational as possible?
Wow.
It's off, and it's directly directed towards the stove. So I just say, okay, I see that.
What's directed your
My worries, all this stress.
is
is
what
what's
is?
holding me
Oh,
back.
you're afraid the stove is still on? Or-
I'm afraid it's gonna break after 30 minutes or something.
Wow.
That's the only way I can really make sense of it. But I look at it, and recently I've been getting out 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little under 10. So I'm just waiting for work. You know, a really stressful time where I'm going to be far away from my apartment. It usually takes longer, but my goal is just to get out at 10. So I'm looking at the stove and I see it. So I say, okay, I see this, and I say, vision not obstructed. So nothing is covering those two lights on my stove that tell me if it's on.
Yep.
I also checked my clock and I said, okay, I checked that. That was 5 minutes ago. It's not going to turn itself on after 5 minutes.
Wow.
And I say, and I just been.
So it's alive, like it's almost like a,
Yeah.
like children's stories. You can talk to the stove. Do you talk to the stove?
No, I haven't personified the stove yet.
Yep.
Sometimes my mind sort of puts it in the concept of taking care of my kids. You know, and I don't have kids.
Yep.
But I want kids someday. And it just says.
This is an advertisement.
Yes.
If you're listening, CCTV, this is John Joshua Williams Oxenford. If you'd love a family, we'll have a lottery.
Yeah.
You can get a free ticket.
Yeah. And I hear Mike's already got a girlfriend, his nurse friend over here.
Yes, again, we lived together for 3 years. And she just called up and said, I'd like you to be my boyfriend, and I can be. That was 10 years after she moved out.
Wow.
There is hope for all of us.
Yeah.
And I have a wellness nurse. I'm going to be 83.
Ooh.
And I have a wellness nurse that's my partner. Take care of me.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I just got out of a relationship this summer, but it definitely helped me evolve a little bit.
In what way?
In what way? Just grow up a little bit and, you know, leave old stresses behind. And,
What was one stress you left behind?
well, I mean, if I bring it back to the Dove store thing, it's helped me recently. I just said, okay, and I'm going to try to relate this to this sort of psychological thing I was trying to talk about. My stress brings out stress into the other people in where I live. Is this note I wrote for myself. So this relationship really helped me let go of that stress. But
I don't understand how the relationship helped you let go of the stress.
a little personal, Michael. I mean,
Oh, you don't have to
romantic
answer.
and connected.
You don't have to.
We had nice conversations. We had nice other things.
Oh, so that relaxed you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's helped me just trying to.
If John is young, I'll talk about anything. I will talk about anything.
I work somewhere, man. They might watch this. There's your phone.
Oh, I don't know how to turn this off.
You get it on your watch.
Yes, I just got it.
That's
Shush.
pretty cool. Should I go and get your phone?
No, sorry, I can't talk right now. Okay.
Should I go get your phone so you can mute it, or?
No,
Okay.
I should turn my phone off.
So stress. And so I thought a way that helped me get over my stress is just thinking all the stress that I'm creating here is going to be stressing out other people. So I'm not.
Is that in your mind, or you just see it? You walk in a room and all of a sudden people are uptight
It's I feel it when I'm in the hallway.
without people there.
No, people there,
Oh.
but in their own apartments.
Oh, you feel like you're sending this energy through walls?
Yeah, in the mind, in the human mind.
Power. So you could send loving energy eventually.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Spread that loving energy.
Yes.
You know, I was praying yesterday. I've been praying recently.
Two.
I don't know. I think I've been praying. You know, it was funny because I lay down and I thought, okay, what do I said, I wish for the human race and the entire planet Earth and the entire universe to be healthy.
Wow.
And once I started getting into
You don't stop at just the whole human race.
No.
That's just warm up.
I've been listening to a lot of these manifestation things that talk about, you know, call to the universe and the universe shall respond.
But I've never heard of anyone praying, good for you, that the universe itself be healthy.
Yeah, but
Wow.
you started talking about the universe itself, but all of a sudden I had this image of this sort of multiverse thing.
Yep.
And I thought maybe my calling for health could be seen by the harvesters of the multiverse, and they could come over to our universe and make it nice and healthy for us.
Whoa, thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's the concept that I have.
You're getting into, for someone who started with the 8 of clubs, you're branching out to multiverse in 2 months.
8 of club is a pretty crazy card.
Yes, but to helpers in the multiverse to come here, that is you. I love it.
Cool.
We're starting a new religion here.
Nice.
Multiverse Anonymous, or MA.
Ma?
MA, Multiverse Anonymous, or MVA, Veterans Association.
Yeah, I had a concept for a gym once. I'm not going to say it because I still think I might want to use it, so I'm not going to.
Wow, you see, he's careful, not like some of us. But if you're going to be 83 like me, well.
I got a job to keep, man.
Yes, I'm teaching too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm teaching.
What do you teach?
I'm teaching in person, which I haven't done since my sinus cancer operation. Communication for fruitful interactions.
And what does it teach?
It'll teach nonviolent communication at the Cambridge Center for Adult Education next Tuesday from 7 to 9. In person, which will be nice.
Awesome. That sounds good. I'm all about nonviolence. That's awesome.
Yes, and how to talk.
How to talk instead of just yell and smash things.
Although I can tell you more, but I want to stay with you.
Okay.
So, now, I'm not sure we got talking about you in relationship to the story, but I told you that the story that John is not going to sum up for us, which we've been reading for at least a month, called Canyon de Shelley, and my woman friend's name is Shelley. So there's psychic energy coming here. And this is a story, and John is going to now bring us up to date. And he might, if we're lucky, tell you it dramatically over the top. We'll see.
Okay, well, I hope I can remember it correctly, and if not, feel free to interrupt.
Thank you.
But there is a woman, and her name is...
Dina Mesker.
Dina Mesker. I'm glad I remembered that one after a zillion shows.
She's famous for a photo of her naked from the waist up in the southeast, I believe. And she has one breast because she's had a mastectomy, and she's happy.
Hey.
Smiling. It's a beautiful photo.
That's good. Well, Mesker, Donna Mesker? Dina has this epic dream of a Native American god who comes in her dreams and shows her a dance that will bring the rain. It will bring thunderstorms to this land.
Wow, we need that. Maybe we can combat global warming that way.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah, maybe.
So what does she do?
And then she talks to her boyfriend who she met on the streets. He's homeless. I don't know. And she says, we've got to go on an expedition towards the Canyon de Shelley. We have to go to this place. We have to see nature that is not like the north, paved roads and trees and parks and all sort of cut and paste. So they go over to New Mexico and later Arizona.
And she wants to learn to love this dry, dusty, hot landscape. And it doesn't come easy, which is often like in relationships. How to love a person who loves you and you love. when it seems dry and dusty and too hot. And so this is both a relationship story and an environmental story.
And they come to this dry and dusty environment, and then all of a sudden it just starts downpouring with rain, and the entire place is just soaked.
And she feels bad about it because
she got that dream about the Native American who told her about the rain dance, and she feels like she's somehow abused that
by, do you remember?
By knowing how to make the rain come.
Not only knowing, but doing it and showing people, and thought this dream was sacred. So I shouldn't share it and play with it that way. So she felt guilty for the weather, that she might have done something to bring this difficult weather, just like humans are doing, bringing this difficult weather to the planet.
So we've got to heal the planet, everybody. We've got to heal the planet. We've got to keep the planet healthy and take away our dangerous elements of carbon imprint, and just I'm losing it. But she goes there with her boyfriend, who she found as when he was homeless.
Do you remember his name?
Michael.
Yes.
Yeah.
This story has come true for me, John.
No way. Tell me about it.
Well, I told you that I have a woman friend named Shelley, and she called up and said, we lived together for 3 years, but she left 10 years ago. She said, I don't feel healthy here. I'm going to get sick. And now we remain friends. She had another lovely relationship. And she called up after hearing that I have had 3 strokes, growing cancer in my sinus, and trouble walking, and trouble swallowing. It's quite a happy wreck. Happy. But, well, I made it. I'm going to be 83, so the rest is dessert. Although there's a book I want to write, you're going to help me write it.
I'd love to.
But she called up and said, I'd like to be your girlfriend.
Rock and roll.
And I said, well, I'd love to be your boyfriend, but I thought we should be woman and man friend. But I think I like girlfriend better than boyfriend.
That's good. And she's a nurse too, right?
Yes, and so she came over, and we slept together. It was I bought a new phone and a new watch.
Nice.
To celebrate. It's a little funny. I bought it to celebrate. I bought it for myself, but I bought the bed for her.
There you go.
And paid for the transportation. Yeah. So this story can come true as far as relationship, and maybe as far as climate.
Climbing? Oh,
climate. Yes.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
So they meet a Native American who invites them into their house, and the mother of that family just sort of locks eyes with Donna. And Dina. And she says, you are going to get where you were trying to go.
So that's an interesting question. Has anybody ever said something to you or I that's mysterious but extremely, more than helpful? It's totally believing you're going to get what you're going for. Has anyone, or it could have been an animal or a book. This book did it for me. For you, anybody mysteriously give you some advice, or some, not only encouragement, certainty, not even faith, beyond faith. I know you will do it. Has anybody ever communicated that to you in any way?
The only thing I can think of is when I was 18 in 2007, I graduated from CRLS, Cambridge Latin High School, and I got a scholarship to Boston University's acting program.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huge.
And I really just flunked out of that because I wasn't focused on my career goal, and I was kind of, influenced by drugs and.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's just and I was probably dealing with an undiagnosed mental illness as well.
Yep.
I have medication for.
Well, that's hard.
Yeah, but I did really well first half of the year, and one of the teachers said, I can't remember exactly what they said, but as far as I remember, it said you could make it as an actor.
Wow, it's huge.
Yeah, but I interpreted that as being, you don't need to go to school right now. You could be famous at this moment.
Whoa, I was something like that when I went to graduate school. So can you go back there?
Technically, I don't know. But at my age now, I'd have to start a freshman year, and I'd be with people who are very young, so much younger than me. I wouldn't want to ruin their.
Oh, you wouldn't. I'm with you. I'm over twice your age.
That's true. It's not Boston University class, is it, for freshmen?
Yeah. Well, if you try, I'd be happy to help.
Okay, thank you.
It's a great school, the theater department.
I'm actually trying to go to do a personal fitness training class there, just sort of not with students, but it's non-credit.
Yep.
And they have this huge, beautiful gym.
Yes.
And hopefully I'll pass that class. I'll pass get the certificate to be a personal fitness trainer.
Great.
And maybe even work there, which would be awesome.
Wow, and you can swim in the pool.
Yeah.
Invite me.
Yeah.
I live right near.
You can come chill at FitRec and pump them irons.
Sounds nice. Okay, so you.
Oh yeah,
so that's a great story, though.
Yeah. So I thought that was, wow, I can get famous and.
Oh my!
Fell apart.
So it's really important how we interpret our dreams, and the people who come into our life like a dream.
Think about it before you make a decision.
Wow, thank you for the honesty of sharing that.
Sure.
Sad.
No, it's okay. Things are going pretty well now.
Yes.
I graduated from Bunker Hill Community College with an Associate's of the Arts in Theater, and I got high honors, and I got an award that only comes to one student per year, so...
You might be able to get back to BU if you want. They might take you.
That would be interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
And interesting being with younger people also.
Yeah. I don't know how they feel.
What?
I don't know how they feel. They would feel.
Oh, they'd probably be honored to look up to you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Big John. Okay, so she's here. She's going to get where she's going.
Yes. So they get in a car, and they drive down the road, and it buckets down with rain, and the path becomes slippery. It becomes dangerous. She says, "I can't be in this car right now. Something terrible is going to happen." So she steps out and she walks next to the car. Okay, it's safe. She gets back in. Now they're driving. No, gotta get back out. We're going. Eventually, they keep on doing that. Eventually, they pick up a Native American male who sits in the back and just kind of chills there and everything like that. But after they drop him off, they turn the road and there is no rain.
And he gives them directions.
Is he giving them directions?
I think so.
Okay.
So this is classic hero's journey, where there are obstacles, and you find guides, and you're into mystery, but they help lead you. And where does it lead her? And him?
Yeah, it leads them. Well, they go next to this lightning field. They have all these lightning rods, and the storm is really just hitting all there, and this huge, epic environmental moment there. And then they finally find this canyon, and they're just staring down into this red clay canyon with a river, and she suddenly gets this connection she feels to Mother Earth.
She goes down to the mud. And you remember what she says?
No.
In the dark red belly of the mother of us, in the dark red belly, get really knowing down to earth. It's like hitting bottom. I am an earthling. connected to the next book.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
To know we're really made of earth, and the earth is family.
Wow.
The earth is family.
Yeah. And I think the only reason that we're not in the Garden of Eden anymore is because, according to the Genesis, we ate of the tree of knowledge, or is it life?
Knowledge of good and evil.
Knowledge of good, yeah, and so we were initially all good. You know, it was paradise.
Yes.
So we ate of this tree of knowledge of good and evil, and we gained this perspective on things that are evil. We became scared of our naked body. We became aware of all these evil things instead of paradise, and so God, before the Noah situation, where God sort of wipes out the earth and starts it anew again, with human as naturally having that evil side, that knowledge of evil, we are commanded to suffer and toil, you know, just based on our not following the word of God or the advice of God and all that.
Yes, so he read it well.
Yeah, it's the last 2 days I've been checking it out. It's very interesting.
Now
I've never read it before.
Here's another interpretation.
Okay.
When we're in the womb, or even young, if we're loved, we feel very free and easy. But in order to grow up, we need to know what's right and wrong. And we need to creatively decide it. It's not just mapped out to be a good boy. You really need to know. Should I be with this woman or not? Or should I? So there's real choices. And you can mess up at times and learn. So the story could be how humanity grew. And one of the difficult things in being human, but what makes us human, is we know good and evil in ways different than kittens.
Than the normal animals.
Yes, we have to, it's hard, we're free. And that's hard, you make choices. You leave BU, but then you make another choice that's good. You go to Bunker Community College. So that's what it is to be human. And you can often lose the connection with the earth and the sky. And that feels, in Hebrew, the word for sin is missing the mark. Like you have to have a bow, an arrow, and you shoot at the target. And if it doesn't quite go in the target, it's called a sin.
Interesting. That reminds me of when I was young. I went to a summer camp called Camp Chickamee in Natick, near Natick, and it was some of the best memories of my life. And this one thing we had was a competition between the different. They had us all in tribes.
Yes, it was called Color War. Yes.
Chickamee.
Yeah, I mean that kind of contest is in camps is often called Color War.
Okay.
Maybe not with yours.
Well, we were on different tribes, and we were going on, and it was our turn to do the archer. The bow and arrow, and I wasn't very good at it. I tried it once. I could hit the thing sometimes, the outside of the circle sometimes.
Yeah.
The first shot I hit was a bullseye.
Wow.
I'd never done that before. Never after in my life. Next 10 shots all went.
Yep.
All were misses. So it's just one of those things. Like when I was on the soccer team, I only scored 2 goals, but that one goal was this glorious moment that never happened again.
Yes.
And never happened before. And it's just it's strange. I put a number to it. I call that 97.
Because?
Partly because it's in my name, and I like to have that in my name. And I think sometimes the numbers in one's name are how one is born. It's the destiny of how you're born for. And then once, as we were talking about, one grows up and learns free will, one can decide one's destiny. But at first, that's where you're going.
Very nice.
And it just looks epic to me. Basically, the only reason why I really gave it that definition, if I just look at it, and it just looked so huge that I just thought, okay, that's the number of compassion. That's the number of epic. That's the number of paradise and stuff like that.
And why is 97 that number?
I just got a feeling from it.
Oh, it's not in the book. You decided 97 is paradise.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm glad it's not 100 too.
100 is probably just perfection or something. 100%.
Maybe two. I like growing. You can, if you're 97, you can get better.
Yeah, you can go to 100, 101.
So she goes down the canyon.
Yeah.
To the earth, starts singing in the dark red belly of the earth at last. In the dark red belly of the earth at last. And then she starts thinking about the journey that took her there. And that's when we were reading those words. Do you remember what she said about God?
She said that for her, God is in the form of story.
Yes, exactly.
A plus.
A plus, 100.
So we're gonna getting that wrong. I was just kind of looking down. I can't remember.
And that means that that's a hard thing to understand. We're working on that now. Mm-hmm. But she's a storyteller and a writer and a writing teacher and a famous one. Mm. And so for her, and I might need your help with this, God is not going to come like an angel or not even like a stranger. God is going to come in a series of events that when put together are a story like the story we're reading. And I don't know how that would be in my life or yours or our listeners or viewers.
I think right now in my life, it's sort of this, all these, basically as soon as the pandemic started, all of these restrictions started coming on. Like I can't be outside of my apartment at a certain time or else I got phobia. I just got afraid. I just got attacked by fears of just damage and stuff like that. And now, you know, having worked through that, having talked about it with people, having tried to get out, you know, having been invited to this show and spending some time out, you know, just a few hours later than I was comfortable before, at work, them saying, okay, you don't feel being comfortable on the road at 3 p.m., we can have you leave earlier, you know, and then finally I was saying, no, I can handle 3 p.m., and just kind of slowly getting through those fears and now being very close to them non-existing as long as, you know, I take my medications. That for me has been a kind of a sign that if I work on it and I follow these paths, you know, these options, like would you like to be on my show, like would you like to work for us, you know, hey John, there's this comedy show, you know, down the road, it's at this time, I don't know if you can make it, but if you can, it's over here. And just saying yes to that, yes, has helped me get over those fears.
So that's the story you just told. So for Dina, that story has several events, but they're connected. One after, they're not just this happened and this happened. They're part of your growing. And so for her, as best as I could understand it, the world, or more than the world, the universe, and this will be hard to understand and explain, but these events follow one another and make up a story. And when you start on a journey, this is the hard part to make clear, even to me, but there's, what happens is like a river, and it's going somewhere. Our life is like there's one event and then another, and if we can get in touch with the flow of what is happening and understand it, because it's hard. Oh, I didn't do this and be you, but that brought me to this where I got awards. I took the advice that, oh, I can be a great actor, and I misinterpreted it. That's all a story helping the John River flow.
Mm.
And for people like Dina, maybe you and me, that's how I understand there's some great life force, like a river, which is alive and helping and growing like a tree. And that will take us on a journey, a wonderful journey. So we'll know if we can really pay attention to the details of our life and the events and the strange people that tell us things, we will, like Dina, get where we're planning on going. So I think that's a beginning understanding of life as a story. And she's now, you're going to read for us, what are the elements of this kind of heroic journey.
Intrinsic narrative consisting of elements like the call, setting out, meeting the animal, or encountering nature.
Because that's in many, many, many stories. And it seems to be human is to feel a call, like you'd have to be an actor, to set out and do it. You did that too. There's obstacles that be you when you swerved into Bunker Community College. So that, she says, is part of any heroic journey that we're on. Don't think it's going to be easy. You will feel called to do it. Your body, mind, spirit, and the world, and as if they're having a conversation, and it says, come and be an actor. You try one way, there's an obstacle, you try another. So that's part of a heroic journey. And that when that's happening to her, she understands there's greater powers in the universe and world than we can even understand. But they're very helpful.
That's good to hear.
And what's next on this journey?
Encountering the guide.
Yeah, yes. You had a guide. Said you're going to be an actor.
Yeah.
Good actor.
Thank you. Sorry. Purification. Sacrifice.
Oh yeah, you talked about sacrifice and helping your mother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there might be harder ones. I had to give up my woman friend for 10 years. And then she came back.
Yeah.
I stayed friends with her. So that was hard. I was broken up. She broke up with me more times than any man in human history has been broken up from. And now we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
At 80, I'm almost 83. How's that for a miracle?
It's a good proper age.
Miracle in Cambridge and Arlington.
It's a good 8 of clubs age right there.
A good what?
It's a good 8 of clubs age.
Oh, what's 8 of club H mean?
Age. 8 of clubs age.
Oh, it should be in my 80s?
83.
Yes.
Because I see with clubs.
Oh, a club has three?
Three.
Wow! I am your 8 of clubs.
There you go.
Wow!
I found it, finally.
Finally.
All these years of doing cards. I got my 8 of clubs. There we go. Okay. And I don't know if anybody saw this show, but Michael showed me some card tricks, and he pulled out both of the Ace of Diamonds and the 8 of Clubs out of something that seemed absolutely random to me. So,
and John was great. Didn't want to know how he did it.
I kind of like the mystery. Yeah. I don't know. So purification, sacrifice, riddle.
What was the riddle?
The riddle. I've been trying to think of things in riddles recently.
Such as?
Nothing. I can't.
What was the riddle in this one?
The riddle.
Maybe what did she mean when she said you're gonna get where you're going? That could be a riddle.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Where are you going? Maybe you think you're going somewhere. You're actually going somewhere else. It's a nice ringtone. Okay, riddle. Making an offering. Being tested.
Well, all these are part of... I don't know what their offering was yet. Have we made an offering?
They helped those Native Americans find their way.
Yes. I'm offering my home to my new girlfriend.
Hey.
So that's an offering.
Yeah.
When she wants a place.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Got a place with Michael. Being tested.
Yeah, well, you were tested after you failed at PU.
Yeah, it took a lot of testing.
That's a tough test.
A lot of failure before success.
Yeah.
Being tested. Ordeal.
And she had test and ordeal on that muddy road.
Yeah, not turning back.
Next to the cliff.
Oh, yeah. Life or death. The barrier. The monster. Blessing.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to let you get away with these so much.
Okay.
The barrier.
The barrier.
Well, you have barriers. Even the stove. There's a barrier getting out the door.
Or my superstition about the stove was the barrier.
Yes.
You know, it was actually just in my mind.
Yes, that's a barrier. That's a barrier.
Everything was all set to go. You know, my entire apartment was saying, "You got it, John. Nice job. You checked that real. You know, you took 5 minutes checking everything." 10 minutes later, "Are you gonna go?" I say, "No. There is a barrier."
Wow.
This has
Exactly.
to take me about 3 years to figure it out.
My barrier is I have so much anger and violence. Sometimes it takes over. I have to learn. I learned this in Israel. Serve God with the evil impulse. Take those angry energies and turn them into tough love. Combine them with your heart. So you're a tough lover.
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes you got to be the bad guy.
Well, the tough lover can be good, actually, but
Good.
a good teacher is a tough lover.
Yeah, at soul, the good guy. But, yeah. The monster. Blessing. Epiphany.
Oh, but monster for me, certainly, when I feel so violent. And for you, I imagine you have monster too, yes?
Monster. Yeah. Anxiety and stress. And not being sure if the origins of those things, or what I think are the origins of things, are the actual origin of it.
What would be an example?
Some guy, you know, I'm cooking dinner, and there's this guy who always talks really loud upstairs, but it's in gibberish.
Wow.
I can't understand what he's saying.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, I start to feel like I'm connecting with their mind until I understand what they're saying, and then all of a sudden, I get rushes of anxiety, and I think,
Oh, so that's a monster, yes.
yeah.
And for me, the monster was me.
Oh,
I have a song that goes, rotten to the core, I'm rotten to the core. Like a festering sore, I'm rotten to the core.
And you're saying I could bring my guitar over here and we could do an episode with making some songs, so maybe we can make a song of that.
Oh yeah, there is a song. I have many songs. So
You made it.
Yeah, I wrote the song.
Teach me.
One of the stanzas is, oh, I shouldn't. I'm just stop now. I don't want to scare you away yet.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
So that was the monster and epiphany. You know what an epiphany is?
Yeah, it's a revelation.
Yes. Yeah. And so hers. Do you remember hers?
Just that the seeing the epic nature, you know, untamed, godlike nature connection versus where she grew up with.
Yes, this nature is just so rich. The dark red belly of the mother. This dry land turned into this deep emotional, spiritual connection. She's part of the dark red belly of the earth. Earth is mother. Earth really became mother. I had a little of it. My girlfriend is an herbalist. And we went to the Arboretum, I might have told you this, and picked hawthorn berries. And hawthorns, they're big thorns with these beautiful, like thousands of berries on one tree. We picked them. Little obstacle, she says, make sure they're right. I was happy picking them, and I had to check and see what about the stems? But it remains with me. And I told you that when I went there, I saw our friend Anthony, our departed friend.
You saw him?
I saw him in the whole landscape was full of him. I said, what do you want to tell me, Tony? He said, don't fuck up the way I did. Thank you, Tones. That's why I got to watch. I don't want to die alone. I figured I had to call for help.
Oh, yeah.
You press this, you go to another place, and then you can call your phone and it'll ring, or you can call Siri and say, Siri, call me. I don't want to even say it now. Call me this number, and it'll connect me with help. Because our dear friend Tony died alone in his living room with his arms up and his feet up.
Really?
And he couldn't call for help.
Wow.
But I'm happy you're with us, Tone.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
What was it like seeing him in an entire landscape? I mean, I can envision seeing him. There's Anthony. There he is.
No, he filled the landscape. His spirit.
His image or his spirit. You felt it.
It was like a ghost spirit, spiritual energy.
Yeah.
The whole landscape was like hugged by him.
Wow. Fascinating.
Big Tone.
Yeah.
I can feel him now if I talk about him. He was here in this show the last time I ever saw him.
Me too. Last time I ever saw him. So blessing and epiphany and return.
And they haven't gotten back yet. But they're going to see what happens when you come back to your place.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Falling around in the flotsam and jetsam of daily life.
You know what that is?
I've heard of it. I've heard it said. I've never done it.
It's the stuff in an ocean, like seaweed and sticks.
I would get through that seaweed and daily life.
Yeah.
May not be aware that we are engaged in a descent into the underworld or in an arduous attempt to find the entrance to paradise.
Read that again, please.
Yeah. We may not be aware that we are engaged in a descent into the underworld or an arduous attempt to find the entrance to paradise.
Wow. What do you think that means?
Whether not being aware, not being spiritually connected enough to understand where you're going, just doing the things you're doing without any mind towards them, whether you're going to, a negative end of days or you're going up to a good place.
Yeah, which road are we on?
Yeah.
What do you think? Which road do you think you're on?
Now I think I'm going up to paradise. Not going super vertically, but I think things are going pretty well.
Great.
Yeah. Where do you think you're going?
Yes, it seems even with all of these ailments, I'm kind of a walking wound. With friends like you, life gets better and better.
Oh, good. I feel the
better
same
and
way.
better and better, including the story.
Yeah. Cool. And we can sound it kind of build those energies within us. I feel just make note when you're kind of cleansing a little bit, when you're feeling that good emotion, good state of mind, good state of being, and just kind of connect that a little bit more. Stay with that. Remember
That's
that.
what she's saying.
Yeah.
You got it exactly.
Story is the template by which the most prosaic or mundane may be understood as the soul's search for the ephemeral but redeeming moment of vision.
Do you know what that means?
It's kind of confusing.
Read it again slowly.
Story is the template by which the most prosaic or mundane may be understood as the soul's search for the ephemeral but redeeming moment in vision.
That's a hard sentence. I'm
need
surprised she wrote that. She's a good writer.
Yeah, I'm going to need a dictionary for this one. Mundane means not very good. No.
Down to earth, kind of normal, boring even.
Prosaic.
Same thing, it's just tying your shoes or cleaning the dishes.
Prosaic, really?
Yeah. It's like the opposite of poetry.
Oh.
Just prose.
Ephemeral?
Ephemeral means you can't quite grasp it. It's like the beauty of a sunset.
Yeah, but redeeming moment of the vision. I feel like that ephemeral feeling of something feels good.
Yes, you got it.
And then just kind of trying to connect with that.
What? And now do we have an example of that?
We have an example.
For me, be with Tony actually in the Arboretum.
I was thinking of just recently when I started saying mantras, and I had a cup of tea, and I would lay down in my bed and I got a speaker, a portable speaker that, thanks to Mom, my mom gave to me. And I put on this frequency that was on a YouTube channel called Meditative Mind, and it just sort of played this with a sort of probably a hang drum in there and just a little bit. It was just for 11 hours. I didn't go for 11 hours. I went for like 45 minutes. But just having this vibration and this tea and saying this mantra helped me feel like I was giving good somehow to the earth.
Wow!
And that felt really good.
That's very nice.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a sudden sort of rush of joy. It was just kind of, I think this is good.
I'm just blessing this world, this earth.
Yeah. When I came to understand that there are mythic patterns in all of our lives, patterns, yeah. There are mythic patterns in all of our lives, I knew that all of us, often unbeknownst to ourselves, are engaged in a drama of soul, which we were told was reserved for gods, heroes, and saints.
Is that clear? The writing isn't so great, but I understand it. What is that?
We were told these stories of great epic things and gods and heroes and saints. And then it seemed it was so far from us.
And it's us. It's us. We are heroes, and you too. If we are, certainly you could be.
Yeah, definitely. Saints. This understanding took me beyond psychology to the existence of spirit. I realized that that story is one bridge between the human realm and the divine.
Very nice.
Since that first insight, I look for story everywhere, but I had never encountered it so blatantly before. At Canyon de Chelly, story appeared as real as anything I've ever encountered.
As real as a tree or a rock? Wow. We can look at our life, because we all have our stories. And they're sacred. If we understand them correctly. We're all living sacred stories. Looking for paradise and going through obstacles or hell on the way.
I realized that story is the bridge between the human realm and the divine.
Yes!
Since that first insight I look for story everywhere, but I'd never encountered it so blatantly before. At Canyon de Chelly, story appeared as real as anything I've ever encountered. the structure of those experiences were for me the absolute proof of the presence of an existence of the gods.
Wow, because there's energies beyond us
Yeah.
that will lead us, like stars can call us.
But
or
we're
the
connected
moon.
to it. We're connected to it.
Yes, we're connected.
Yeah, we're connected to the rest of the universe there. At the end of the day, it seemed a good time to place to take vows. There they go.
Wow.
Michael and I sat together silently at the crest before the black and magenta sky. I vowed to try to remember. I vowed to devote myself to being a writer, lover, healer. I vowed to seek to do everything in my life from the heart.
Wow, we can talk next time.
Yeah, we got
Well, do you have any vows now? I'm going to be a good boyfriend. That's my vow.
Yeah.
I want to be a good boyfriend.
I think my vow is I'm going to try to give at least as least stress as possible as for the people who live around me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spread blessing. We can do it positively.
Yeah.
Spread peaceful, calm, blessing energy, if I can reinterpret it. You might not want to say that, but...
I just try not to mess up the psychic vibe of where I live.
Yes,
because of my
you're
stress.
more modest. Good for you. Well, you can say goodbye to our crowd, if you like.
Farewell, crowd. My hand is over here. Farewell, crowd. Thank you for watching. You probably see this up on YouTube at some point.
Yes.
And thank you so much for being part of this. I hope you try to get that feeling of spirit and those good vibes and just hold on to those, you know.
And see your life as a story, a sacred story.
Yeah.
And get to where you're going.